What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, just like I do at the end of every season, we go ahead and check out the Soulbound reward card print rate, just to see where things are trending. Obviously, a lot has slowed down and actually significantly slowed down. But before I even get into the specific numbers here, I want to point your attention to a recent video from Tales from the Cryptmancer, who, if you're not following yet, what is wrong with you? He puts out some of the best content for Splinterlands in the space, so make sure you go show him some support. But he did a video kind of looking at where the trend for Soulbound reward cards have been since the beginning. He actually did a little bit of digging and then talked to Investigator from the team to uncover kind of like why things have slowed down, or at least seemed like they have slowed down. I don't want to take away his thunder, but essentially things were obviously faster at the beginning and they are slower now. There's a specific reason for that. You should go check it out. The other reason, which he didn't get into, but I've talked about previously, is the fact that I think player base is just down significantly since the beginning of the year. Well, not really the beginning of the year, but end of January, early February. We've seen a lot less activity, a lot less bots. A lot less bots too, but a lot less battles overall. So that could be leading towards it. But go ahead and check that video out. Now I'm just going to do a quick run on the numbers here. We're 6 seasons in, which nicely coincides with about 3 months, so 1/4 of the year. I shouldn't need the calculator here, but we should just multiply everything by 4 if we want to get what the annual print rate is going to be, because I do expect these cards to stay in print for about a year. I really don't think they're going to stay much longer than that. Again, it just depends on how much things like Rebellion get delayed, but this is all like 9 months out, so a lot can change. Somebody can have a baby in this time. 9 months is a long time. We'll just put it that way. Okay, so what I want to look at here specifically is the commons, and then we're going to jump over to the legendaries, because commons tend to print the fastest, and then legendaries obviously the slowest. So when we take a look at where the commons are at, you can see from a total BCX printed, we're at about just a little bit over 1.5 million in each of these. So you multiply that out by 4 months, right? Or sorry, by 4, right? Because we're 1 quarter in. We'll have another 9 months to go, or 3 more quarters. That puts us at about 6 million, and that is then significantly less than the Pelacor Bandit class. Now, I still maintain that the Pelacor Bandit class was way overprinted. We have 8 million of them. Those cards are still selling for pennies, less than a penny, right? So, or not less than a penny, but they're selling for a couple of pennies. So we probably want this to be significantly less, unless we do get a massive spike in the player base over the next 9 months. But here's the thing. If we get a massive spike in the player base, these numbers are just going to start to shoot up, because new accounts will start printing them, and there's no actual limit on them as of now. So as it stands, this is where we're at. We got 1.5 million, so we're trending towards about 6 million. It's about 25% less than where the Pelacor Bandit class was, which was 8 million total, and we printed all 8 million of them. So, right now I think we're trending in the right direction. Every time I do one of these videos at the end of a season, it comes down slightly more and slightly more. And, we'll see what the next couple of months, specifically the next 2 months, the next 3 months bring, right? We got May, June, and July. I have personally been thinking that crypto in general and the markets may move and have a more solid summer, maybe a fun summer, if we can call it that. So if that does bring in new players, that'll be something that we need to watch. But if it doesn't, we will get, after another 3 months, we'll be halfway through a year. Again, I don't know how long they're going to stay in print. I'm guessing that it probably won't be much longer than a year. When Matt and Nate talked about it, they said 1 to 2 years was the time frame, but I just can't imagine Rebellion being out and us still getting these cards for a significant amount of time after that. So I think I don't think it's going to be less than a year. I don't think it's going to be a year exactly, but I wouldn't be surprised if they cut it off closer to 1 year than to 2 years. So 6 million is where we're going to be at in about a year's time. Again, assuming we go at the average that we've had. So that does give us a little buffer room, because we have slowed down. It does give us a little buffer room if new accounts do pop up, whether they're alt accounts or whether new players come in. It does give us a little bit of a buffer. So I want to continue keeping that kind of extrapolation of like 1.5 up to 6 million. Now, if we look at the legendary, this has been a little bit slower. Here we go. Now, with these, we've only had about 15,000 of them printed of each one so far. So you extrapolate this up, multiply it by 4, and we're only at 60,000 total printed. which is pretty good in my opinion. If we go back to the previous rewards cards, and let's see here. I want to see like the Jin O'Shaughnessy and Jin Bilchka class. We printed 140,000 of them, right? Or close to 140,000. So this is going to be less than half. And then when you look at the Jared Scar, Venator, Kinjo, Countess Sinesh, each of these, we only printed about 40,000. So we'd be printing 50% more than what we have of these cards. And these, these are all solid cards here that are actually holding their value quite well because they're much more scarce than the previous reward card set. So let's actually go back here. Nope, I want to go to Reward Soulbound and Legendary. So when we take a look at this, 60,000 isn't too bad. If anything, if we continue trending in this direction, it's probably going to be less than 60,000, but I'm actually okay with it. The only thing that I'm not okay with is the fact that I'm not pulling these. So I want to max my copies out ASAP before they go out of print, because I don't know what they're going to go for on the market, if people are going to charge, a pretty penny for them. But, there's definitely solid cards across the board here that I only have like one. I don't think I have a single legendary card that is at level 2, right? So for silver level, I only have 1 or 2 BCXs of cards so far. So hopefully that my RNG changes over the next couple of months here. But the good thing is, I do believe we have at least 9 more months of the cards in print. So I'll have my chance to grab them at some point in the future, as long as I continue playing and continue earning those chests. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. So far, we're trending quite well. Obviously, everything is down slightly because the slower movement is starting to bring the averages down. And now that we've done this across 6 seasons or 3 months, however you want to look at it, I feel like we're in a much better spot, even if we trend this way as a quarter or as a 6-season period over the next 9 months. So that is all I have for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.